Hey everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I do these videos just to educate women more on your health, whole food nutrition, how to match your whole foods to your body and your hormones to get and keep a better result. I'm the author of the books, The Female Fat Solution, The Female Menopause Solution. These are on Amazon. Some amazing resources on how to eat for your cycle here. I also have the 12-week challenge, which we are still filling the wait list for. I'll put the link in the comments right here so you guys can get on that. You do not want to miss out on this wait list. It is a step-by-step guide and working one-on-one with me about how to implement all of these things for your body specifically to get and keep a better result. And I also have a YouTube channel, which is Dr. Beth Westy, that you can subscribe to stay updated on everything. And then podcast is The Female Health Solution. Subscribe to that as well. I've got some amazing episodes that have come out and some even more incredible ones coming up next. Next I want to talk about hormones and weight loss, why your hormones, how they are preventing you from losing weight, what is the deal. I'm going to break this down into the two main things that happen with women. Now, we have 4 different bodies throughout the month, and even if you go through menopause, you have a completely different body and system that you need to address for menopause. So keep that in mind, that it's really, really important that you eat differently because of some of the things that I'm going to mention here. But these are the top 2 things. This is not the only things, but the top 2 things regarding your hormones and weight that's holding you back. Now, in the 12-week challenge, we address these things as well as all of the other things that are related to your hormones and weight loss that you're struggling with. So again, click that link, get on the wait list, get a sneak peek behind the scenes. Ready for our next opening for the next wait list, our challenge. I'm super excited. Okay, so hormones and weight loss, things that are occurring in your system. And again, like I said, this is a very simplistic view of it. You guys get to see my artwork, right? I was talking to somebody earlier today. So funny. Somebody was talking to me, or somebody posted something about something very random, and that I was like, what? What are they talking about? They're like, studies have shown this and this and this. And I was like, what studies? What studies are you talking about? And then I go and look for some of the studies, and I was like, oh, honey, you don't know how to read a study. Oh, okay. For those of us that have spent decades of our lives in schools, in labs, taking organic chemistry, taking biochemistry, right? Taking all these science classes and spending hours of our months, years of our lives in labs, doing labs, and then writing our own reports, collecting data and reading reports. You get really, really good at understanding what actual data is and what they're saying. So for those of you that are not super sciencey and nerdy, I'm sorry, but this is my art and I get super excited to talk about the science and all the nerdy sciencey stuff. Okay, so these are essentially your fat cells in your system, in your body. When women want to lose weight, you're focused on fat, right? A lot of times women will look down at their bodies and say, and they'll you're gonna pinch your skin and be like, oh, I'm fat, I want to lose fat here, right? Well, the fat on your body here is subcutaneous fat, right? A lot of times women, especially when there's a hormone issue, you're gaining weight right around your midsection and increasing what's called visceral fat. That's your fat right around your abdomen. Different types of fat. And the one thing to realize with hormones, this is affecting, I'm talking about fat cells, moreover talking about visceral fat with the fat cells, fat around your midsection. When we talk about other things in the system and body that holds you back from losing weight with hormones, we're talking about lymphatic drainage, all that stuff. I go through that in the 12-week challenge. So keep in mind there's stuff that affects the whole body, but really focused with hormones, the fat cells I'm referring to, visceral fat. Your fat cells are supposed to be like deflated balloons, little flat pancakes. But when you get excess hormone built up in your system, right? So say this is just excess hormone here. What happens is, because your body that's a lot to deal with, and if your organs can't process it out, if your liver can't process it and get rid of it, can't metabolize it, push it through your system, if you're fatigued, if you're malnourished, right, or nutrient deficient in any way, stressed, you're not getting enough sleep, Your body is meant to detox things on its own, absolutely. But if your systems are not running, all systems go, then it's not going to happen to the best of its ability, and it's going to get built up. If you have autoimmune issues, if you have thyroid issues, injury, illness, all these things will affect your body's ability to do this. So then what happens is that your body's response is that it's going to just store this excess hormone in your fat cells like so and say, I'm not going to let you just roam around. And it's going to hold on to that fat, and it's not going to burn it. It's not going to use this energy in that fat cell, because when you do, it'll go back and it'll shrink. It'll extract all that stuff from the fat cell and it'll shrink, right, to a flat pancake again. But if your body's not being allowed to do that, it will stay like that. And you can go to the gym and be on a treadmill for 2 hours a day, every single day, and eat salads all day long and all that other good stuff. But because your organs are still struggling, because you're still nutrient deficient, because you still have that stress, because you're still not sleeping, because you still, et cetera, your body's still going to do this. So in the 12-week challenge, I have it formulated that you re-nourish the body and you address all these other issues that women deal with, so that you actually get and keep a better result when you do target fat, so your body can do it naturally. You're not forcing it to do anything that it's not meant to do. You're going through this process naturally. The other thing for women in terms of hormones and weight loss, so specifically targeting fat, the other thing about it is that women's bodies are not designed to, be fat burning all day long. So we want to be able to tap into that as much as possible throughout our day. How we can do that is by getting more muscle tissue. And with hormone changes and stress, our bodies actually have a harder time building and maintaining lean muscle. So, okay, great way around this is that you eat protein, you maintain your muscles, you're fueling your body, wonderful. But when your system is under a lot of stress, or if you're, have an illness or autoimmune issue, or sometimes thyroid issue, or you have hormone changes, you go through perimenopause, your system likes to do this super fun thing, which is use some of this muscle tissue for energy instead of using the fat cell. Instead of targeting these fat cells and saying, oh, I'm gonna tap in and use that energy. Say, no, it's a lot of work. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna leave it be. I'm gonna let it go. And it's super fast to get energy from this muscle tissue. So it'll, have your muscle tissue shrink, and then these fat cells, because it's like, oh, I already got this energy. I know what I need to do. Okay, we're good. Yeah, I'm just going to keep storing more stuff, even more stuff in these fat cells. So you actually, and muscle weighs more than fat. So a lot of times when women start to go through this process, maybe the scale doesn't change that much, right? Plus or minus 5 pounds, something. And you're like, oh, okay, that's not that big of a deal. But you're not able to lose weight, and you are feeling more tired. You don't have the same energy. You can't work out like you used to because you don't have the muscle you used to. And what's taken that place is more fat. Your fat cells are absolutely incredible. They are like super stretchy. Imagine, those, I'm picturing those really big balloons, right? Like your fat cells are like a balloon, not just like a regular balloon that's going to get like this big, like those super enormous balloons that are the size of a huge beach ball. That's what your fat cells can do. So they'll just get bigger and bigger as your muscle tissue starts to shrink and shrink. So you're losing energy, you're losing that vitality. And this is what helps your body burn, the energy that you're intaking is that energy stored in the muscle tissue. That's stored glycogen. But if your muscle tissue is being broken down for quick proteins, quick energy, then the fat cells are going to do this. So that's where a lot of women struggle. And they feel like, oh, I'm working out so hard. I'm trying to push my body. I'm trying to do all these healthy things. Yet it doesn't feel like it's working. I'm really struggling. And then you feel kind of crazy about it. You feel kind of crazy because you feel like, oh, I don't understand. What could I be doing wrong? Maybe I didn't hydrate enough. Maybe I didn't, right? You're looking at all these things and not looking at the overall big picture of what is happening with your system. Is your system actually healthy and strong all the time? If not, those are the things that need to be repaired. Is your system responding well to hormone changes? Is your system responding well to stress? If not, that's what needs to change. That's why in the 12-week challenge, we address all of these things that women have to deal with and teach you how to eat for your hormones and cycles so that you get and keep a much better result. Yes. All right, that's what I got for you guys tonight. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm here as a resource for you, and You know, I know a lot of times listening to some of this information can be tough because it's not fun to realize, oh my gosh, that's totally me. That's totally me. So I get it. I understand. But if you do have questions, let me know. Otherwise, there is a ton of information in the waitlist. You can get a sneak peek of what's going on or how this can really work for your body and system. So that's what I got for you tonight. I hope you have a great rest of your night, and I will see you later.